Have you ever, after watching a crazy good movie, just sat there for a while the credits rolled, in some sort of trance-like state, contemplating just how good it was? Well, that happened to me with this game.
Lead the way, hot pants.
This critically acclaimed, award-winning, commercial disaster.
We're alarmed. Are you alarmed?
All the way back in 2001, the team that brought the world doom would release a comedy sci-fi RPG that would end up being buried under the weight of development hell and the year's overwhelming amount of truly legendary releases.
So, we're screwed.
With so many not knowing that what they missed out on was one of the funniest video games ever created, and still to this day is an unforgettable experience.
What do you see in her anyway? Tell me what you see.
World building at its finest, filled with razor-sharp wit and hilarious and insane mechanics, such as the Yammer ability that sees one of the game's companions as an elderly man literally jabbering absolute bollocks to disorientate his enemies. Or how about an alien race shrinking down their entire planet to follow the player around on their adventures as a companion?
Please tell me this is a joke.
Surprise!
And just wait until you see what the hell this is. This criminally overlooked RPG, as the years go by, is just becoming more and more unstable on modern hardware. Something I experienced even during the filming of this video, of course being over 20 years old. So today, my friends, I want to take you on one hell of an adventure. One that at the start I was unsure about.
I shall kill you with death.
And as the credits rolled, as I said, made me stop and reflect on how this game must be remembered, with a story you simply cannot miss. Today, my friends, I bring you the funniest tragedy in gaming history, Anachronox. Our adventure begins with its namesake, getting an introductory scene showing the planet Anachronox, an artificial planet that floats inside a larger artificial planet known as Sunder 1, believed to have been created long ago by an alien race as a quarantine zone. The name was derived from a hybrid of terms, anachronism and noxious, which roughly translates to poison from the past. It's here we meet our unlikely hero, Sly Boots, who unfortunately seems to be having a bit of a run-in with a pint-sized punk, wailing on him, but at times looking like he's conflicted between his ass-whooping and a romantic kiss, but making his choice quite clear with this final violent act.
The money, Boots. Or next time, I mix and match.
Battered, Boots slinks to his local to lick his wounds, and gets some advice from the barkeep Rowdy.
Hit me.
Hasn't there been enough of that?
Have a heart.
You want to dead us, kids?
Anyone else throwing me out of windows lately?
Come clean with the debt, Sly. Dead is no slouch, and he's got muscle. He'll collect one way or the other.
Hey, money's tight. As soon as it rains, I'll pour some.
Desperate for a job to pay off his ever-growing debts, Boots calls up his digitized companion, Fatima, to check in on any leads.
What?
Anything on SenderNet?
Nothing you're sober enough for.
I'm just waiting for business to pick up. What's with the attitude?
For one, I'm sick of being dead.
And second, I'm tired of watching you drink your life away. When did you become such a bum?
I'm not a bum.
Prove it.
Bums don't have offices.
An office isn't a storage room in a cheap bar, Boots.
Hey.
It's time for a new line of work.
Forget it, sweetheart. I'm a detective. It's what I do.
Then go out and do it. I'm always here if you ever get off your butt and make useful.
After checking out some of the bar's patrons, and for a moment thinking the bar's bouncer is about to break it down on the dance floor. Oh, no, just scratching his ass. Dealing with the sights of another bloke who's clearly had enough to drink, Boots gets some information on a woman named Dinamo, who has been working with someone in the tunnels that might need an extra hand, so heads out in search of her, after being advised by one of the local floaters to stop in on a Conrad, who is apparently a master informant here in the bricks, not before taking a few steps and Boots finding himself extending his run of bad luck.
You're gonna hit me, aren't you?
Well, Boots, here is a chance to show them what you've got. Or face planting into the floor. Yes, that's also an option.
Was it something I said?
Yeah, to my sister.
Narrowly escaping some more bruises, Boots continues on, getting a good look at these obscure sci-fi surroundings in this curious city.
I hate this place.
On his way through the streets to Frank's flophouse, where Dynamo resides, Boots can't help but notice a number of ominous walls of graffiti, simply stating, "Eddie knows." Nearing the flophouse, Boots stops in on this Conrad, who is quite the character indeed.
I know secrets. Lots of them. We could share a few if you've got any to spare.
Look, you little beefer. I know every stoolola from here to the reservoir, and you ain't a regular.
Regardless, I know things. For example, one of Debtor's crash doctors threw a private dick out a window today, just a few blocks away from here. Flung like a rag doll.
So you heard about that, huh? Big deal. You gotta do better than that if you want to impress me.
Your first pet was a miniature Spitzer named Earl.
What's your rate, chunker?
Strictly a quid pro quo arrangement. I believe the free exchange of information should be the goal of every civilized society. Don't you think? Keeps everyone just a little more honest.
So I gotta share my dirt with you before you'll sprinkle any of your own, huh?
That's the idea. I'll be here for the next few hours if you have any inquiries, Detective.
Now with another source of information, Boots heads to Frank's, wandering through the door to happen upon a strange pair of magicians, picking up their feats of amazingness and magical arm movements. I wonder if we'll see these two again in an even more ridiculous situation. Speaking with Frank and finding Dynamo, she has clearly seen better days, with limbs blown off, and in a rage with the person who hired her to track down some Miztec in the tunnels, as she has not been paid. Dynamo giving over her former employer's name, Grumpos. She tasks us with paying this man a visit in the tenements. Then on the way we find an odd object in the form of a taco that seems to have been molded into some sort of trophy. One of many spread collectibles around the system, it seems. Searching for the tenements, we meet a man declaiming his affection for a woman working at this front desk, explaining that he would destroy armies for a girl of such beauty. Oh yeah, what an Adonis. Tracking down this Grumpos' apartment, Boots has to get creative getting access, as looks like he's not home. Seconds away from being given away by the guard, Boots makes his way into this mysterious fellow's abode.
Think you could slink into my home that easily, you little thief?
I'm not a thief.
Says he after breaking into my house.
No, I'm not a thief. I'm looking for work.
Smartass.
I heard you were hiring for a plunder job in the tunnels. I thought...
Who told you that?
Dynamo?
Dynamo? That pitiful excuse for a thief. She ain't getting a penny out of me. Not one, you hear that? I feel bad for the girl, but she wasn't hired to fail, and I ain't paying for pity. Tell Dynamo she doesn't get paid until she makes good on what she was contracted for.
Well, you know, actually, I'm not here for Dynamo. I'm here to finish her job.
What did you say?
The tunnels. The Miztec. I'm your man. I'm experienced and expensive, available.
Yeah, and desperate from the look of it. No thanks.
Finally able to say his piece, Boots offers his services to finish off the job tracking down this Miztec, attempting to convince the old man to take him on.
Is that a yes? No?
Okay, what is going on down there exactly?
I'm in the middle of something. Will you stop distracting me?
But you're not listening. If you need a man to plunder the tunnels for you, look no further. I'm your... Whoa. Okay. Who's obsessed?
Unlocking the hidden power of Miztec is my life's work. I'm closing in on a breakthrough. I can feel it, but I need more samples.
So what's the problem?
My last hero sallied forth and got her limbs ripped off. How are you any better than her?
I'm a professional.
Prove it. Bring me the helmet of a Nox guard.
I can do that. That's easy.
Size 5.
Brother, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Splendid. Get out!
With a mind to handle Grumpus's doubts, Boots heads out to claim himself a Nox guard's helmet to prove his skills. And after tracking one down, Boots attempts to get his helmet by employing quite the scattergun of tactics, pretending to be mental, offering him a picture of Boots' sister that may or may not exist, before finally claiming to know something interesting about this poor bloke's wife, that incredibly works, although leaving the guard even more baffled, after Boots reveals that this information is that his wife has a third eye under her armpit.
Am I hired or what?
Data beefed up security since the Dianimo fiasco. Getting into the tunnels might be trouble.
We'll deal.
Here, take this and plug it in your ear. You'll understand every language from here to the Traeger anomaly.
Spiffy. Where'd you pull this baby from?
The Nox Guard helmet. Linguinators became standard issue 2 months ago.
Really? How'd they communicate with the aliens before that?
They beat 'em up.
Well, where the hell do we go now?
Lead the way, hot pants.
With now the grouch bag Grumpus in tow, the pair look to head into the Miztec tunnels to finally find this Miztec, but find it blocked by a mighty Mephaddin Dolord, a wall to overcome indeed. As Fatima suggests finding out more about this mysterious Eddie character, being such a clearly renowned underground figure. Perhaps he really does know. As to where to find this guy, luckily we know just where to start.
Okay, so what's the scoop on this Eddie character?
Now, detective, you know the deal. First you feed me information worth my while.
Well, my neighbor's cat is sick.
Excuse me?
Yeah, blood in his vomit and everything.
Oh, that won't do, detective. Another try, please.
Well, there's always Doyle.
Doyle Doralimus, bouncer at Rowdy's. What about him?
Rowdy's been lazy with the payroll. Doyle monkeys with the books, paying himself for extra days. He's been skimming for months. Now who's Eddie?
Eddie the True. Eddie, like myself, gathers information. Although not the most reputable of callings, I realize, Eddie has elevated our lowly profession into nothing less than an art form. No fact is too small. No shred of data too insignificant. He follows each thread of information, each string of thought, juggling this raw data in his mind until a pattern emerges. Look around you. Eddie owns this place. He owns it in the most devious way possible. In his mind. Make no mistake, detective. Eddie knows.
Yeah, whatever. Where do I find this creep?
Loco Coldwolf.
Who, what?
Loco Coldwolf. A name. A man. Follow him. All paths lead back to Eddie. It was a pleasure, detective.
Likewise, Shoeshine. What's your secret?
You would be surprised how rarely people look up.
So we leave not with a location but a name. Loco Coldwolf, a a man that we track down and track along the city blocks to his destination, meeting a fellow in a cafe, a fellow who looks like the haunted alcoholic brother of Humpty Dumpty.
I use Eddie to acquire sensitive information. My clients pay big bucks to find out if, say, their wife's cheating on them or if their business partner's taking them for a ride, but Eddie's more discreet than a private dick, see, because he just happens to know things, you know? And the fact that I charge a personal go-between fee ain't nobody but nobody's business, so give me the briefcase back.
Not until you tell us where to find Eddie, you skunk.
Come on, you ain't gonna be that way. He lives in the junkyard.
That stinkhole?
Ask him whatever you want while you're there. It's no big deal. He's a pretty nice guy. Just make sure you take him something chewy.
Chewy?
Yeah, and stinky. Chewing on stuff helps him concentrate. He can be a little, unfocused sometimes.
That's good. That's real good. Okay, well, we're gonna let you walk. But you watch who you're messing with next time.
Yeah, whatever, man.
David Lynch's sleep paralysis demon clues us in to bringing this Eddie character something stinky and chewy. An odd request, but one that Boots has a cunning plan for. So cunning you could brush your teeth with it. Remembering a particularly scruffy man limping around the fountain. So heading straight to Anachronox's famous landmark, the Fountain Spiral. A beautiful location that is about to get a whole lot more nasty.
Hi. Can we pull you aside for a second? Hi.
Hi?
Hi there.
Hi!
Yeah, this is gonna sound funny.
Peculiar, really.
But we heard...
through the grapevine.
That you had an unusual...
condition.
Accident that left you...
Unusual.
With one leg. And we were wondering if...
by any chance...
you might give us...
Loan us?
Loan us, yeah. Your, sock.
Sock.
Your sock.
Now with something suitably smelly and chewy, the pair head into the junkyard to track down Eddie. With his companion now with him, Boots is able to finally come out on top against the thugs in his way. Especially when Grumposs whips out the incredible power of an elderly man yammering enemies into confusion. Battling their way through the junkyard, the two find Eddie and present him with his disgusting offering for information about how to get past the door lord.
Gnash them snappers, kid. I got a sock that eats like a meal.
Outstanding.
Most excellent.
This putrid, unwashed, pus-soaked, blood-crusty sock was fermenting around a gangrenous stump of a foot for 8.5 months. This is the chewiest, smelliest sock you'll ever have the luck to nosh on, and you're just a short Q&A away from sucking this baby dry.
Sir, we're all impressed by the sock, but there are rules here, procedures.
Wait your turn. Hey, behind the yellow line. You hear me? Get your butt back there.
You can't just barge in without a number, sir. You have to wait outside.
No. Let him ask. Let him ask.
I'm trying to sneak into the Mistec tunnels, but someone's bolted a mephidine doorboard to the entrance. Happen to know an easy way around it?
You must give Eddie the sock before he will answer.
What? Forget it then.
Eddie's mind is overpopulated with information. Chewing helps him focus. It allows him to sort through the overwhelming data in his brain and pinpoint specific strands of thought. It's the only way he can concentrate.
Sounds like a scam to me. Thanks anyway.
Fatima.
What did you say?
Fatima. Who's Fatima?
How do you know about
Fatima? Much pain. Much pain.
Eddie's gift is strong.
Doylord has secret about brother. Very secret. Incriminating.
You found dirt on his brother, huh? So you suggest blackmailing my way into the caves?
Blackmail, unnecessary secret, unnecessary knowledge of brother is enough.
Well, I guess, if you say so.
Trust in Eddie will not misguide you.
Okay, people, okay. Can we wrap this up, please? Eddie's got a lot of subjects left to see today, and we're way behind schedule.
Hey, quit pushing, Punky. I'm history. Thanks for the help, Eddie. Don't go change it.
No respect for pageantry. Next!
Now armed with some juicy blackmail, the way to the Miztec tunnels awaits, after leaning on the Door Lord with their newly acquired info. It's in the tunnels we get to see the caliber of enemies that did such a number on poor Dinamo, with terrifying creatures such as stare bears.
By Jove, look at that staring!
And cave crawlers so formidable they clearly inspired certain UFC champions. Traversing the cave, coming across a speeder boat with a convenient Grumpos-sized compartment. Advancing deeper, the pair come across what they seek, and as is becoming a theme with these two, get a little bit more than they bargained for.
What the hell is that?
Man, what a washout. I busted my knuckles for this?
It looks like it's made from Mysterium. The same material Miztec is made from. We've got to get this back to my lab immediately.
Look, boys. Losers.
Well, well, well. If it ain't my favorite butter and egg man. Hey, Detta. Hear you're moving up in the world.
Your charm on legs, Crash. Too bad your mouth's smarter than the rest of you. Now your stomach's smart, too.
Thanks for the education.
I haven't seen you all year, Sylvester. Nice coat. Remind me why I'm keeping you alive.
Kill me and you'll never see the money.
You're dead. Oh no, that's pocket change compared to my numbers now. Try again.
I'm drawing a blank here.
Nostalgia. You bring to mind my humble beginnings. One must stay grounded despite one's success. And you, give me the stone.
Stone? What stone?
Come on, Grumps, give it to him. You don't know who you're dealing with.
I know a two-bit thug in a fancy suit when I see one. He'll have to kill me for it. Oh!
Thanks much, Sylvester. Whatever this is will look swank in my collection. Poot, schedule a dinner with Mr. Boots for the end of the week. Someplace nice.
Not Brebulin. I hate Brebulin.
I may be a sentimental old fool, Sly, but if the money isn't mine by dessert, we'll break out the saws. Bottle up and go, boys.
Sunny Funnies, Friday at dusk hour, don't forget.
Honestly, Detective.
Moron! I'm gonna kill you! That stone was in my hands, and you rolled over for those Goombas without a thought.
Look, old man, you hired me to keep you safe. Those guys were gonna dust you.
Rubbish. We could have taken those ruffians on easy. You cost me a stone.
Stone's bones. It's time to settle up, Cupcake.
What? After that? Forget it!
Hey, you hired me to keep you safe. You didn't mention anything about that stone, so cough up the birds.
Ah, piss.
Yeah, very funny. Where's the rest?
What rest? That's your fee.
$100? This won't even pay my bar tab.
Well, then maybe next time you'll pay more attention to your fee up front. I'm not a rich man, Mr. Boots. Take it with a smile or walk.
Fine, fine, I'll take it.
Wait a minute. You're going?
Of course I'm going. This case is closed.
Do you have any idea how much money you're walking away from? There's energy dormant in every slag of Mystech. If we figure out a way to activate it, we'll never have to worry about money again.
What do you need me for? Weren't you mad at me a second ago?
Well, I don't need you in particular. But you've got a flair for fighting, and everyone else I know is dead. What you need is a change of venue. When we come back, you'll have enough money to pay off your debt and start a new life.
I'm listening.
Planet Sunder. There's a brilliant scientist there who's thinking along the same lines I am. If I knock heads with her, we might just pull this off and make a bundle.
Okay, I'll take the case, as long as the egghead doesn't get a cut.
Sold.
And I want more than $100.
You'll get plenty more.
And I'm in charge, you hear me? You're a danger to yourself.
No, piffle.
And stop hitting me with that thing, or I'm gonna belt you back. Ow! I mean it.
With Debtor and his goons making off with the Mystech Grumpus was after, a plan is made to head to Sunder, a bastion of knowledge and research in their system, a perfect place to look for answers to unlocking the land's Mystech, but not before heading back to Rowdy's to grab ourselves another party member for the trip.
Pal? Pal? Hey, pal!
You left me there for a year. That was messed up.
Hey, settle down, hotshot. Battery comes out as easily as it went in.
No, please don't, Mr. Boots. I'm a good boy. Don't turn me off. No.
Hey, you're acting pretty funny. You burn out a circuit or something?
No, sir, Mr. Boots. I feel half-asleep. Oh, yes.
Then let's burn rubber, kid. 2 on the town, just like the old days.
I'm not paying extra for this.
Grabbing a quick drink for the road. I saw that. Good lord, I'll have what he's having. The group head to the shuttle station and blast off towards Sunder. The gang arrives first at Sender Station, a space station orbiting planet Sunder.
What's the plan, Stan?
We need to buy 2 tickets to Sunder and get this show on the road.
Hey, how about a quick pit stop at the red light district while we're here?
Will you pull that chin out of the gutter and put your mind to business? Bell Curves on Sunder is much classier.
With the pair encountering another roadblock in their way, as they will have to figure out a way of being allowed onto a planet only accessible by the system's greatest minds, which is a particularly confusing requirement when getting a look at the station's John Wayne Gacy tribute clown act, haunting the local child population. But an outfit could actually be the answer, as the group head to the station's Vendo Mart, using Pal's hacking ability to play some trickery with the Mart's vending machines, to get some new threads much more suited for passing as a man of science.
Tighten your belt, sunshine. We got a bird to catch.
Now surprisingly blending in, the group make a stop off at the station's lounge to test out their disguises, and happen upon a collector of those daft taco trophies we have been finding all over the place, and hand over what we have, after using our disguise to get a little revenge on a certain pint-sized prick with a lovely spiked drink. The group make a note of the bar being a good base of operations going forward, even if it houses the world's most stress-inducing video games.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
With a base of operations identified, the group still need to find a way to sneak onto planet Sunder, making their way to the station's shuttle in their new disguises.
Extrapolate, if you will, Schönhausen's theory of caustics by reflection.
Oh, that's easy. The catacaustic envelope of a moving line can be determined by...
Uh-oh.
I'm sure I'll get through, but I think you're stuck.
Maybe they'll ask me an easy one.
Characterize gravity theories in relation to universally coupled scalar fields in the context of Dirac's large number hypotheses.
Oh well, I didn't really want to go to Sunder anyway.
Don't worry, Mr. Boots. Let him ask his questions. I'll take care of everything, you'll see.
A test of knowledge is required, with Grumpos having no issues slipping past. Boots' access, however, will take a bit of cunning, which impressively comes from Pal, wandering up to the guard and claiming that Boots speaks a strange alien dialect, with after Boots chatting some platinum-grade bollocks. Pal pretends to translate into what can only be assumed as intellectual nectar. Quite ironic, really, but it works. And just like that, the gang are off to the surface of Sunder, blasting down in the shuttle, while getting a reminder that you can never be too old to start using vibrating love eggs. Finally arriving at the bastion of knowledge in the system, one last barrier blocks their way, with the guards stationed to it revealing an alarming yet useful amount of information about how one might disable this laser grid, a task that is quickly tackled, shutting the grid down, and with the guards' strange behavior reaching new heights, apparently growing very attached to Boots in the 45-odd seconds they have spent together. At last, riding into Sunder proper, we get a good look at the heart of knowledge and research in the system, with us also instantly getting a look at the planet's incredible minds and their groundbreaking inventions. With their new disguises working wonders, the pair track down the scientist Grumpus has been seeking out and get an update on her work with the land's Miztech.
Are those Witherspoon time signature drives?
You know they are, Mr. Matavastros. Yeah, I know you. I practically lived in your museum 2 summers ago. So, who's the meat puppet?
He's my tough guy. Ignore him. Tell me, did you calibrate against Gassican frame references? Won't Brownian delineations muddle your Tardion count?
Yes, if I was testing for Tardions.
Tardions? Oh god, I've tripped the LIM alarm. Well, never mind. With Grumpos and their new acquaintance Ro basking in the wonders of this new mysterious material.
They're running through my batteries.
Boots notices it beginning to react, an early sign of a truly shocking turn of events.
Doctor!
Oh, hell.
Oh, no! Oh, what?
We gotta get out of here.
Out of the lab?
Out of the system. We don't have much time. Move!
The planet is falling to pieces under the might of a spectral disturbance, as the gang rush back to their ship, while hilariously not informing anyone around them of their imminent doom. Congratulations, scientist, your strange quivering is finally contextual.
There's a shockwave right on our tail.
Well, get out of the way!
I can't! We've got to get to that cinder spike. Come on, come on, come on!
There it is!
Now stuck floating through space, with the spectral disturbance destroying the entire planet. With the ship damaged, the gang are left with their only hope being drifting into a populated system before food runs dry, leaving only one most challenging of tasks in the meantime.
Try not to go crazy. Is it you, John?
No. He said it wasn't in the Wu-Chan system.
Ha! That's 20 questions. You guys lose.
So what was it?
Anachronox. Man, you guys are dumb.
But you said it started with a U.
Yeah, I know.
We cried for a while. And I said, if you don't think it's love, then leave.
And was it love?
The exact words were, it's love, but it's not in love.
Oh.
Yeah!
Very nice.
Are you sad?
I'm all right, pal.
But you don't have a home anymore.
I haven't had a home since I was 16. I'm okay, pal. Really.
Fine, bitch.
Day 9. Bust out the violins. Try day 300.
Look, you left a sock over there. Over there. Is it so hard to pick up after yourself?
What? I was gonna pick it up tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow? You son of a...
Should we stop them, man?
Let them kill each other.
Eat it! Eat it! Eat it! Eat it!
With a stroke of luck, the ship has drifted into the orbit of planet Democritus, a planet inhabited by an alien species that embody all things democracy.
Mwah, mwah.
But as it happens, we find out from their diplomatic liaison, are dealing with their own imminent disaster, that to deal with they must of course all vote and agree on a plan of action, even despite time being of the essence, with voting seemingly being the thing to do on Democritus. As to even get a meeting with their High Council to inquire about repairing the ship, the gang are asked to cast their vote on a frankly obnoxious amount of policy changes, with obscure propositions, such as sentencing outlander drug smugglers to death by forcing them to eat their entire stash all at once, and infinite bikini-clad massages with happy endings for those galaxy-brained enough to subscribe to Mitch Mannix. How ridiculous. Speaking with an endless amount of strange alien locals, Boots finally gets enough info to cast his votes using one of the machines in the street, and with it getting an audience with the planet's High Council.
Order. Can we please stick to the issue at hand? We must reach a decision before the missiles hit.
Sitting here and squabbling about it isn't going to save us. What we require is swift, decisive action. Someone must fly into the hive and destroy the threat.
I don't think rushing headlong into conflict is the best course of action for the people of Democritus, Hal.
Best course of action? Would you rather sit back and die? There are 64 cascading concussion missiles headed straight for us. Unless we do something in the next 2 hours, this entire planet will be rubble.
This is obviously my fault. I take complete responsibility for our destruction.
Oh, you're all jumping to conclusions. There's no evidence the missiles are even destructive in nature.
Evidence? The virulent hive has been doing this for hundreds of years. Bomb planet, wait for dust to settle, then recolonize to expand hive. What exactly do you think is inside those warheads? Gift baskets?
That's quite enough. No one doubts your passion for the subject, Councilman, but this is a democracy. All voices will be heard equally, and you've dominated this session long enough. Now, who will be heard next?
We will. I've heard enough. Give us a fighter. We'll take out this hive while you guys bicker about it.
Who are these people?
Are they serious?
Could we talk about this for a second?
You want to get off this planet or not?
See? Now that's decisiveness. Get this man a fighter.
That's a woman, Hal.
In a decisive move, Ro commits our team to taking out this hive threat that looms over the planet, after destroying the security robots in the way of getting to one of these aliens' state-of-the-art fighters. Perhaps if we do this, they will help us get out of here for good.
This is insanity. Why fight the hive when we can just steal the fighter and save ourselves?
No kidding. Screw the fighter. Let's grab a warship and fly home in style.
No. I'm not gonna sit back and watch another planet be destroyed.
Paddington can't let you do this.
Your concern is sweet, pal, and unfortunate because you're coming with us, period.
The robots you're about to destroy are my brothers. I won't help you kill them. Period.
Did he just talk smack to me?
Has he ever questioned you like that before? Pal? How are you feeling?
I'm pretty pissed off, man.
Congratulations, Boots. Your robot's become self-aware. You're a daddy now.
Pal? Self-aware? Hey, where do you get off?
Need I remind everyone of the missiles racing toward the planet?
Right. Stay put. But we're having a serious powwow when I get back, mister.
Punch me.
Blasting off in the fighter towards the hive, it turns out this plan is a little less thought through than we first realized.
Command Central to strike team. Do you copy?
Thumbs up, Command. We're locked in, sitting pretty. What's the plan?
Well, basically, you're to break through the outer defenses, dive as deep into the hive as possible, land the fighter wherever you can, take off on foot, and find a way to deactivate the missiles.
Could you be any more specific, Command?
More specific?
Making their way into the hive, and taking a wild stab in the dark, the gang track down the largest and the most hideous-looking hive monster they can find, in an attempt to shut down the hive's missiles hurtling towards Democritus, getting a chance to put some of their newly acquired Miztech to good use against the hive boss. That throughout this entire combat encounter I was completely unaware had a massive pair of titties.
So what does that mean? Are the missiles still active?
Killing the Queen should have deactivated all hive weapons and subsystems, including the missiles.
You don't sound terribly confident.
I'm confident enough to have come back here when I could have made off with your fighter instead.
Impact in 10.
Do you want me to kiss you now or later?
Later.
I question the choice of hors d'oeuvres, Councilman. Do the critter fritters truly represent the constituency?
Blast the hors d'oeuvres! Surely we owe these people more than a cocktail party. They saved our planet.
You're right. Perhaps a parade is in order. Shall we vote on it?
Let's get out of here.
I'll warm up the shuttle.
With the obscure alien planet Democritus saved, the team head back to Cinder Station to talk about their next move.
How can you just walk away from this? Someone split that planet in half intentionally. How can you feel safe knowing someone has that kind of power?
I'll manage.
Kid, you're a coward and a quitter. So Miztech went active behind our backs. Big deal. Until someone figures out how to use it properly, we're still in the running to make a fortune.
Do you mind? We're having a conversation here. Mister, I'm not asking you to go all the way with this. I just need 2 pieces of equipment. We can even get them here on Cinder Station. Believe me, I wouldn't ask for your help unless there was no one else to turn to.
Or you could come with me to the planet of Miztech. I'm close to deciphering a modular element system. I suspect the answer may be sitting in a library on Hephaestus.
Or you could repent, you cold-blooded killer.
Maybe it's time for that new profession, kiddo.
Maybe it's time you all let me drink in peace. Please tell me this is a joke.
Surprise! We've come to compensate you for all your generous help.
Shoot me.
That's right. To thank us for saving their home, the inhabitants of Democritus have shrunk down their entire planet to assist us in our adventures, with our new companion's special ability being using the planet's tractor beam to pull in out-of-reach objects, that, as you would imagine, cannot be used unless all the community agree in a vote, leading to a minigame sitting down members of the committee opposing its use. And during the first use of this ability, I have to admit I was a little heated, due to some recent issues with the various patches I've installed for the game breaking parts of the hive section, so I was left spitting feathers while playing the silliest minigame on the planet. Literally.
Oh my god, it's finally working. Oh, I can't believe it took like an hour just to get like 10 minutes worth of a recording. It's so ridiculous. And what the hell is this thing? It's so stupid. I've just sat here raging and it's just this...
Reeling from the arrival of such a bonkers addition to their team, Boots reluctantly agrees to assist both Grumpus and Ro in their endeavors, to reveal more about the secrets of Mystech, and possibly uncover who was responsible for the destruction of Sunder. As far as Boots is concerned, an agreement I imagine at least partially agreed to, due to their first stop being to track down a field transduction module from a black market dealer in the Red Light District.
Hi, Boots.
The Red Light District on this alien planet is of course filled with questionable patrons, such as this fellow here stating that he is simply blue curious, as well as even more questionable establishments.
Oh god. Greg, can we even show that?
FBI, open up!
Oh, fuck.
While tracking down this black market dealer, Boots interrogates a number of the more clued up patrons, with him even having to force himself into the Orange Navel to speak to some of the establishment's, aerobics enthusiasts that, let's just say, being an over 20-year-old game, aren't exactly winning any beauty contests. It's not long before Boots uncovers that one of the district's establishments is due to receive a package from this very arms dealer that could very well be exactly what they're looking for. So Boots wastes no time heading to the Cold Sweat to grab a cold one as he waits to pick it up. And while doing so, gets quite the blast from the past indeed.
Kippers and coppers, pushers and poppers, cool cats and jumping jets. Gather around and put some danger money down, because we've got something spectacular for you tonight. Give it up for the leather-clad, super bad, wish you had, cover your eyes, dad, one and only, Stiletto Anyway!
Sarah!
Hey, Bucelli.
Sarah.
Picking his jaw off the floor for a number of reasons, Boots grabs the package with the equipment, making a quick stop off in pile of hunks to give the fellas a little show, with the most cursed of erotic dancing, followed by the group heading back to Sunder Station, now in the dead of night, a perfect setting to pick up their next piece of vital equipment from the station's science museum.
Okay, so we've got the field transduction module. Now all we need is the tachyon decay detector to plug it into. The Cinder Theoretical Science Museum has been closed for renovation. Will it be hard to break into?
Breaking in ain't the problem. Avoiding the heavy security system is. This won't be painless.
It never is. What's the game plan?
Can we get blueprints?
That'll take a few hours.
Security schematics?
That'll take longer.
Oh, perhaps our planetary sensors can be of value. We have a variety of technological wonders at our disposal.
No!
Pal gets to work, sneaking into the museum skillfully, making it the exhibit, and masterfully descends down to reach it.
Man, Mr. Boots was right. I'm just a cheap down-store robot. I deserve to get kicked around.
Hey, pal. Looking for this?
Miss Sarah, what are you doing here?
I wasn't about to let my favorite little bot go into hostile territory without some cover. Looks like you did just fine without me.
Oh boy, wait till Mr. Boots sees you. He's gonna flip a pancake.
Looks here like there's heavy duct construction for the set conference over the museum. Maybe we can slink in through the back door.
Peeling back and look what I got. I was busting it out while you guys are busy dabbing.
Looks like these gas mains run perpendicular to the construction struts. They could be dangerous if we're not careful.
Believe me, honey, I've never been afraid of a little gas.
Hey, what the hell? I'm a talking back here.
Hiya, Boots.
Excuse me.
Hey.
Sarah reappearing, this time to the whole group, is hard for Boots to deal with, and he's not the only one.
Her name's Serenata Iniwa. She's the reason I'm dead.
You look great.
You don't. Our golden boy looks a little tarnished.
You should have seen me on Monday.
I was his secretary. She was a detective in training. She tried to learn what she could from him. He was an awful teacher. Hell, an awful boss.
You gonna stay in that get-up all day?
Thinking about it, it's me, don't you think?
Not remotely.
You could tell he was crazy about her. She couldn't have cared less.
So what happened to Fatima?
I thought you were dead.
Don't change the subject.
She died the night you disappeared.
I'm not jealous if that's what you're thinking. Believe me, I'm not. It's just, I don't like what she does to him.
Why didn't you come after me that night?
I did, Sarah.
I could never count on you, Bocelli.
Don't call me that, Sarah.
Then don't call me Sarah. I'm Stiletto now.
What the hell happened to you?
I found myself.
He can't go through this again. Neither can I.
Interesting little collection of characters you've shacked up with. Which scam you running?
It's my biggest case ever. I'm, trying to save the universe.
Do tell.
This is our universe. 15 billion years ago, the Big Bang erupted, giving birth to the cosmos in the blink of an eye. Hot matter was hurled in every direction, coalescing into stars and galaxies over the course of billions of years. As it continues to expand, the pull of gravity will slow this expansion more and more. Eventually, it will stop expanding altogether and contract, collapsing the whole ball of wax. This implosion in turn will cause another Big Bang, resulting in the birth of a new universe. Current science leads us to believe this cycle is infinite. Everyone with me? Fatima, loop our universe. Now, imagine what would happen if we added some mass to our universe. An increase in the amount of matter leads to an increase in the strength of the gravitational pull, speeding up the collapse. The more matter there is, the faster it will implode.
The light show's beautiful, sister. What's your point?
My point is the spatial disturbance that split Sunder in half was matter from the previous universe pouring into our own. The TDD confirms it.
Hold on a minute. Someone's trying to collapse our universe. Intentionally.
Oh, it's much worse than that. Not only is someone from the previous universe adding matter into our own, they're also removing matter from theirs at the same time. If they remove enough dirt from their backyard, they'll escape the gravitational pull that would otherwise cause their universe to collapse. That means our universe will never be born. We will never exist.
So, who the hell's doing it?
A truly apocalyptic revelation revealed about the entire universe being destroyed. This ragtag bunch will need one hell of a plan to stop what awaits them. So their next move is to follow Grumpus's lead on the planet Hephaestus, a place that could hold the answers in how to control the power of Mystech, as well as being the home for some elders that could very well help them with their seemingly impossible mission. Touching down on the planet and getting an eyeful of another of the system's utterly nightmare-fuel-looking children, Boots sets to work speaking to the locals to try and find out how to get into the sacred monastery, and if he can get around the abbot, possibly their vast library. Speaking with a monk that could easily be mistaken for being a giant confused baby, Boots does what he does best, slinking around and eventually finding himself in places he shouldn't be.
Hey, abbot!
Can I help you?
Oh, hey there. Can my friend use your library for a few hours?
No. You're under arrest for trespassing. The monastery is sacred ground. The scriptures are quite severe regarding the punishment for trespassing. Deep below our tower there is a volcanic dungeon of hot death. An extensive maze of scorching walls and sizzling pools of boiling magma. If the blistering heat doesn't kill you, the beasts that make it their home will. There is no hope of escape from the Mysterium Levant. Guess who's going in it?
You can't detain me. I'm a private investigator on an important case. Can I wash dishes or something?
A detective? Really? Then the gods smile on us both today, provided you're willing to cooperate in an extremely delicate matter for us.
I was kidding about the dishes.
Last night, after evening prayer, someone stole our most sacred relics, the 3 keys of Cavitum. If you find out where they are, the charges against you will be dropped.
Is that all? I'll fix you right up, Bruno. Tracking down stolen items is my specialty.
Excellent. You'll have free rein to conduct your investigation in whatever manner you see fit, on one condition: keep your filthy mitts off the keys themselves. They are holy artifacts. You are required to find their location only. Got it?
Considering the sensitive nature of this case, how about you throw in access to your library?
Our library? Absolutely not. How would the Brotherhood react if I let a vagrant off the street rifle through our most precious and sacred texts? Unless, of course, you perform a second act of good faith to prove your worthiness.
You're on. What else you got?
Our fluid density analyzer is running dangerously low on resonating fluid. It's the key element in finding the Mystech hidden within the molten lava. If the fluid runs out, our Mystech production comes to a grinding halt. That can't happen.
Let me guess. You inexplicably keep this solution somewhere really dangerous.
Well, it is radioactive. We keep the replacement fluid in a disused, potentially hazardous area of the factory known as the sluice gates. Find it before the analyzer runs out, and unlimited access to the library is yours.
Do I get a cool robe?
How about a cool t-shirt?
Simply being a detective, luckily saving Boots from washing up and sampling clergy merch for all eternity, as he is tasked with tracking down some artifact keys that have gone missing from the monastery. A task that, after speaking to a number of the holy inhabitants, leads Boots to a rather slippery man, not wanting to let him in. So a plan to distract him while another person sneaks around the back is put in motion, a plan that he will need someone else's help with. Running back into town to get help, Grumpos turns Boots down, claiming that the young lady would make a much better choice, who I can't help but agree with, since Sarah is already busy practicing the art of gliding around like a provocative Roomba. Returning to the uncooperative man's room, and finding out that Sarah has yet another mode of bonkers-looking transportation, charging around like she's just stolen the last cookie out of the cookie jar. She heads out the window and into the man's room, while Boots distracts him at the door, with her efforts paying off, leading to some clues to eventually track down those missing keys, finally getting access to the monastery's library.
Spare me the jokes about my smell. I just want what's coming to me. Access to the library, and a stick of deodorant.
We keep our word here, Detective. Baby fresh or musk.
Ground rules as defined by the scriptures. Ye shall not willfully abuse, deface, destroy, or otherwise disturb the slumber of any book, tome, manuscript, or codex within the library. Ye shall leave all briefcases, bags, leather wine pouches, and electronica larger than a baby goat outside the library walls. Grape juice also shall be expressly forbidden. Lastly, ye shall behave in a manner appropriate to the order of Mysteria and befitting the servant of the gods.
Do you smell musk?
Damnation! I've poured through half these books and I'm no closer to discovering the missing link. It's all superstition with no basis in reality. I came here looking for science, and I found religion instead. And these infernal bugs are everywhere. One nearly crawled up my goose pipe.
You'd think these guys could afford an exterminator.
Did you see that? Do that again.
Do what? What did I do?
It's the missing element to the Mystech. These bugs. I should have noticed the bugs are attracted to Mystech. Damn me!
What are you talking about?
Not only are we rich, we've now got the full power of Mystech at our greedy little fingertips.
Finally a breakthrough with the Mystech. As obscure that it is, finding out that these small bugs found throughout the system are the key to unlocking its true power. Armed with this new knowledge, Boots returns to the abbot for the other task on the list for planet Hephaestus.
Detective, so pleasant to see you again. Is there anything I can get you? Some cheese or wine, perhaps?
How about an audience with the Grand Mysterium?
Sold! Come right this way.
That was easy. Wait a minute. Doesn't the Grand Mysterium live up in the tower?
Mm-hmm.
Then where are we going? The Mysterium Levant?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna make me do something, aren't you?
Someone has sabotaged the main pump deep inside the Levant. No monk has the strength or courage to brave the many miles of dangerous terrain leading to it, but we know you can be trusted with the job.
I'm not your handyman. Forget it.
I'm sure the Grand Mysterium will want to congratulate you personally for handling this problem.
You're a leech.
Locate the main pump, determine the problem, fix it.
You make it sound easy. What if we can't?
These doors don't open from the inside.
What a twat in a hat. Tracking down the main pump, slapping down the abomination responsible for its sabotage, and even having some time to swing by Moonburger to let Pal play in the kids' area for a bit. It's no wonder the universe's children are so disturbing with mascots like that. Boots finally earning himself an audience with the Grand Mysterion, in all his cursed Kermit the Frog-looking glory.
You come not seeking praise. You come with questions. Why shouldn't I send you home empty-handed?
Because I've solved one of the 9 enigmas, and it's a doozy. Where does Mystech come from? It comes from the universe after our own. Bam!
No, you drew this conclusion on your own.
We also discovered that something's trying to erase our universe. So if you've got the lowdown, share the love before it's too late.
So what did he say?
Was he impressed?
I'm getting to that part. He put 3 cards on the table and said,
The card in the center is our universe. Know then that there are 2 godlike forces beyond our galaxy, beyond even the end of our time. These 2 forces are warring, and their battle is spilled over into our universe. One of these forces we shall call Chaos. The other we shall call Order.
Hold it. We're going up against gods?
I want a second opinion.
That ain't the half of it.
Some time ago, Order trapped Chaos in our universe.
That was nice of him.
Chaos has been trying to escape ever since. Their goal is to reach the universe before our own. Once there, they will attempt to destroy us. For if our universe never exists, neither will any universe after it. In essence, this would destroy Order forever. Chaos is unconcerned with us. We are merely in the crossfire.
So we're screwed?
No, there is still hope. The only way into the previous universe is through a cosmic gate hidden somewhere in our galaxy. A key is necessary to open this gate. This key must be found and destroyed.
Well, what the hell are we supposed to do about it? 6 losers against an army of chaos? Why doesn't Order send some reinforcements or something?
They have, in the form of Mystech. Order scattered Mystech across our galaxy in the event that Chaos tried to escape. It is the only weapon effective against them, so only individuals proficient in the full powers of Mystech can save us.
You're looking at him. We've got the chops for the job. What's the next step?
If you choose to represent the forces of Order, then you must travel to the far-off planet of Limbus.
Limbus? The planet of death? What's on Limbus?
Answers. This is a delicate time, and you have joined the game woefully late. The only thing in the way of chaos and the destruction of all we know and see is Sly Boots, master of time and space.
Okay, I made up the last bit. But the rest is true. He also told me his real name and other stuff.
What's his real name?
I can't pronounce it.
Let me get this straight. We gotta stop Chaos from finding a key that unlocks a cosmic gate?
I don't buy it. The story is full of holes. If matter being injected into our universe destroyed Sunder, wouldn't that mean chaos has already escaped?
Hey, do I look like I know? If he says the answers are on Limbus, that's where I'm going. You can stay or go.
Then we're gonna need more Mystech.
A heavy load to carry indeed. But what would a space adventure be without a bit of saving the universe? Before the group head to Limbus, Boots heads back to his office quickly to grab a few supplies, being a little clumsy when it comes to positioning himself around his new planetary companion. With Limbus firmly in the crosshairs, our scruffy group of less than likely heroes sets a course to this so-called planet of death. And if our heroes thought things were getting strange, boy were they in for a surprise with what was about to unfold next.
It's odd. You, me, Fatima, riding off to save the galaxy together. The fate of the universe resting in our hands. Sometimes I think about how you disappeared from my life. How I lost the both of you at the same time. And how now you're back when I need you the most. It's like a second chance, you know? Between the three of us.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
Sir?
Didn't I tell you to shut up?
We're getting conflicting readings on a starship rapidly closing in on our course.
Spit it out, Dewdrop. What's the problem?
Well, either our planetary sensors are severely malfunctioning, or this is the biggest starship on record.
Then your records suck. How big can it be? Rictus.
Pardon?
The purple lighting, the angry face, that gaping jaw. There's no doubt about it. We're in the custody of super-villain Rictus. Ever read any Krypton comic books? Men in tights, with big muscles, punching each other in the crotch?
We're unfamiliar with the literature.
Krypton Comics were a line of superhero comic books based on real-life superheroes from planet Krypton. I used to read them all the time growing up.
Is this safe?
No, but this is how it's done in the comics. Come on.
Meanwhile, supervillain Rictus shifts attention away from his new guest to conduct a surprise inspection of his treacherous henchmen, El Pinto and Les Enfants Terribles. Recruited by Rictus during his visit to Circus City, this powerful party of petite pugilists packs a pint-sized punch of potent pain. The Laser League of Devil Slugs. Discovered during the fall of the hero's saga, these malevolent mollusks are conditioned to kill. The Insanito Brigade. 2 years ago, the crew of the medical frigate HMS Pudding encountered the villain ship. Driven insane by a canister of ricticide nerve gas, they were transformed into his diabolical servants. They march out in search of their prey. A man, a woman, and a planet. Rictus hopes his new guest will put up a decent fight.
Now incredibly in the lair of supervillain Rictus from planet Krypton, Boots and Co. are tasked with fighting through his legions of henchmen and unraveling the complex puzzles in the gargantuan of a ship, battling their way through to the towering, tumultuous Tit himself.
Hey there. Boffo ship you got here?
I shall kill you with death.
Putting all they have learned so far to the test, the group slam down Rictus with a crap ton of pain.
Did we win? Does this mean we're free?
You better believe it, mister. We're in charge now. This ship is ours. Not bad for a bunch of...
Suddenly, Boots remembers what happened when Battalion Man thought he had defeated Rictus during the Villain Crisis crossover.
Now in what seems to be a holding cell in Rictus's ship, Boots will need to revise his escape plan, speaking with a number of the other prisoners before finding a way to unlock the cell of an interesting individual indeed, that once again, Boots can't help but recognize.
Excuse me, Mr. Estrella? Oh, I've been a big fan for a while now, really. When you teamed up with Battalion Man in Tales of the Super Greatest, man, that was the best. I thought your giant-sized annual was one of the best issues in comic book history. No joke. That part when you punched Evil Gigatoon in the stomach and his eyes popped out, that was classic. What happened to your hair?
Perhaps our mission to Limbus will stir his interest.
Hey, nice thinking, Grapeshot. Yeah, see, we're heroes too. Out to save the universe. You should join us. We could really use someone buff.
No.
Hey, look, I know we're not the Union of Superpowers, but we've still got what it takes. Hell, we've got a big planet on our team. That should give us some cred, right? Look at him. Fine, you work alone, I understand. At least help us bust out of here. We'll even do all the fighting. Just rage on and punch through this wall or something.
No.
But these people need your help. What kind of hero are you? Oh, forget it. Come on, guys. This guy's not the Fist.
Somebody hit the emergency for all button!
Is that good? Time to snap out of it. Find the rage, find the rage.
We're alarmed. Are you alarmed?
We're at critical red, people. Shall I launch the executive order?
Do it!
To be continued. Next issue.
Gary Sherwin here with startling developments in the controversial Planets Abroad campaign. The diplomatic program that has the entire planet engaged in a groundbreaking mission to save the universe and improve interplanetary relations has run into a disastrous snag. In a dramatic turn of events, the High Council unanimously voted to return the planet to full size, scattering Ambassador Sylvester Boots and company across the surface of Democritus. Now, the question on everyone's lips is, where are they? And will they survive long enough to be rescued? Stay tuned here for Round the Clock.
Our heroes scattered across planet Democritus. Boots finds himself stranded in a remote snow-covered town on the planet's surface that, you guessed it, is in quite a need of a detective. to look into a number of kidnappings that have been happening recently. With some time to kill before being rescued, Boots gets to work tracking down the culprit responsible for these disappearances, in between catching up on some much needed rest, and to contemplate on some of the events that have led up to this ridiculous point.
Trust me, trust me, trust me. Where is she?
They said they were taking her to a safe house at Sullivan's Peak. I mean Jaggerly Falls. That's where they're taking her. Honest.
Nothing. Bone dry nothing.
I don't buy it. Somebody's got to know something. Did you try that stunt job, Alvin Stratata?
No, I don't like that creep.
That's a first. Look, here's how you handle him. Just put your finger on the little twerp and say, "It's a shame, Captain. A real shame."
What is?
Hey, Mr. Boots.
Have you seen the tracker?
No, but Palatine's good for a look.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I was just...
Never mind. Come with me. They've got Sarah.
Palatine found the tracker behind the couch, sir.
I'm gonna put you out in the field someday, pal.
Sarah?
Almost there, baby. Hang on.
This is crazy. I shouldn't be here.
Lucky for me, you were loitering at the office. What were you doing at this hour there anyway?
I was finishing up old paperwork.
There they are.
You're not gonna make it.
I'm gonna make it.
You are not going to make it.
Trust me.
24 hours, and that's just to pinpoint the continent they're on. A definitive heat signature will take another 48 hours to lock in.
What is everyone so worried about? Is being stranded on the surface of our planet so dangerous? Democritus is a beautiful world. They'll be grateful for a free vacation.
Unless, of course, they're in the Desicati Desert, or the Waki Forest, or sinking to the bottom of the Blue Goose Sea.
Oh, put your faith in science, Hal. We'll find them.
We'd better. The world is watching.
Meanwhile, another familiar face has landed elsewhere, with the Fist landing in the middle of the desert next to a military outpost. Finding the fight within him once more, he battles through the desert into the military's main base, curiously coming across a lost little girl. A girl that after sitting with for a while, she helps reignite the Fist's heroic fervor, picking up the little girl and powering up to epically fly away and whisk her to safety.
We're the most technologically advanced society in the system, and we can't even find 3 people on the surface of our planet?
Actually, we have a lock on one.
Who?
Unknown. But the rescue shuttle is already en route, so we'll know within the hour.
Well, good. See, that's what happens when we speak up. 1 down, 2 to go.
On the other side of Democritus, we find Stiletto, waking up in a very Ewok-inspired forest. And for those of you over 30, keep an ear out about now for a sound you may recognize. Planning to set out towards her rescue in the morning, our femme fatale gets some rest in the barracks, with us getting another look into some of the events of her time working with Boots.
Privacy is a jewel. Privacy is a jewel. Privacy is a jewel.
Look, Sluggo. Martini Joe gave me fair dime to squeeze you like a grape. So tell me who the brains behind the heist was before I send you home with a pink slip between your teeth.
Yeah, I don't know, baby. Honest, I don't. I'd have come to you if I did. You know I'm sweet on you.
So who does know?
Ralph, the spender.
Oh, I don't know. Jiminy Green might know.
Try Mac Underfoot. Have you squeezed Little Reed?
There's a guy called Conrad Kick or something.
Oh, I couldn't imagine telling you that I know.
So you do know?
Know what?
Nothing. Bone dry nothing.
I don't buy it. Somebody's got to know something. Did you try that stunt job, Alvin Stratata?
No, I don't like that creep.
Look, here's how you handle him. Just put your finger on the little twerp and say,
Don't jerk me around, Snowball. You're the last grape on the vine. Who masterminded the heist?
It's funny you're looking for him because he's looking for you. In fact, he's having a little party tonight. Your attendance? It's mandatory.
Data.
Good work, Alvin, my boy. You and your boys have just secured an exalted place in my organization.
My pleasure, sir.
Hi, Sarah.
We lost them. One second they were there, the next they were gone.
Privacy is a jewel. I'm glad you could join our celebration. I've been wanting to spend quiet time with you ever since we met. Tonight was an important night for me, Sarah. It's the start of a new day.
With the morning comes another battle, working through the forest, culminating in a face-off with a group of the local a group of the local Wuji and their queen. That despite some baffling battle tactics, Stiletto comes out on top, securing her escape, taking out the Wuji queen with a stylish final blow. Final blow. Final blow. Oh, for Catching up with Boots, he is too nearing the end of his mission, taking on a colossal snow yeti after finding it tucked away in its lair in a cave in the mountains. A lair with a pile of corpses littering its floor, oddly including one of Boots himself. Regardless, Boots dispatches the beast, saving the village, along with another one of its nightmare-fueled children. Returning to the village, Boots breathes a sigh of relief, as his ticket out of here has arrived.
Hey, Slick. Done freezing your butt off?
Yeah, give me a hug. I need some body heat.
Oh, you wish. Come on.
Excellent to see you safe and sound, sir.
Yes, quite a relief.
We're sorry about expanding the planet like that.
No, we're not. It was the only means of escape.
Gas alert. Out of my way, fellas.
That was quick thinking, fellas. Whose idea was that?
Mine.
Mine!
So, what next?
I'm gonna take a Trotsky.
And after that?
We stock up on supplies, get a decent night's sleep, and rendezvous with the rest of the party at Sender Station tomorrow morning.
Splendid. Shall I reserve a room for Mr. Estrella?
Who?
El Puño, your superhero friend. We briefed him on our quest, and he has graciously offered to join us.
Oh. Hi. Hey, sorry about all that stuff I said back on the villain ship, Mr. Estrella. I was nervous.
Call me Paco.
He gives a mean back rub.
Back rub?
You will let us know when you're leaving, won't you?
Now back on somewhat familiar ground, Boots checks in for the night, as we once again get a peek into the past, with this one being nothing short of heartbreaking.
I've been thinking about it for a while now. In fact, sometimes it's all I ever think about.
What's the tracker read?
They're approaching Jaggerly Falls.
Hold on.
Every day it becomes harder to go on. Can't get it out of my mind.
Almost there, baby. Hang on.
This is crazy. I shouldn't be here.
Lucky for me, you were loitering at the office. What were you doing at this hour there anyway?
you seen the tracker?
Hey, what are you doing here?
I was finishing up old paperwork.
There they are.
I've known for a long time you don't feel anything for me. The fact is, we both love people we can't have, and it's killing me. I can't work for you anymore. I have to leave. I guess tonight's as good a night as any to make my exit. Thank you for everything you've given me, and haven't given me. Have a beautiful life, Sly. I'll love you always. Yours truly, Fatima.
Shaking off the utter insanity of their diversion with Rictus, planet Limbus draws into view, one step closer to saving the universe from total annihilation, providing the group doesn't get abducted by another ridiculous supervillain from planet Turdopolis or something.
There she is, folks.
Another planet, another obscure indigenous species, with that of Limbus not exactly rolling out the red carpet.
You have butchered our race. You have slaughtered existence itself.
Oh, cut it out. We're here to help you. We were sent by the Grand Mysterium.
Kill them.
But he's your buddy. He made me memorize his name as proof.
Then speak it. Your life depends on it.
It was Simonus Saveticor Terrenisquarintha Calicus.
The man you speak of is my brother. 40 years ago, he was sent to find reinforcements. I was hoping for an army. Then again, you must be the only ones he felt confident could help us with our problem.
What's your problem?
This probe hit the surface half an hour ago. Note the crest of the Dark Servants. If past attacks are any indication, they will launch an assault on us within the next 2 hours. Legions of troop carriers will pour out the Eye of Suffering and besiege our city.
Slow down, Padre. You're losing me.
There is much to learn in too short of a time.
This time around, it's the group's combat prowess that is required to reveal the secrets the inhabitants of Limbus hold, with our gang leading 3 squads of defenders to fend off the invading forces of chaos, allowing for the planet's elder to spend some time with Boots to further enlighten him on what they face.
This is the Dome of Desulonimus. Here, our master artist have visualized the stories of the vigil. Even as we speak, the tale of our last battle is being immortalized. There are many stories here, but the one I will tell you began 60 years ago. Here, on Limbus, before the Eye of Suffering was called the Eye of Suffering. The Eye opened for the first time, and our way of life changed instantly. Miraculous flying machines dropped from the Eye and landed near our city. And from them there emerged soldiers from a far-off region of our universe. They told us of an evil that was fast on the heels. They needed food, We gave it to them. They wanted supplies. We gave that to them too. Then they wanted our blood. That they had to fight us for. It was a bloodbath. We were no match against their weapons and armor. A third of my people were slaughtered in one afternoon. They left as swiftly as they came, leaving only a mountain of corpses and a name. The Dark Servants. Only later did we find out who they really were. Foot soldiers for an evil presence trapped in our universe.
Chaos.
That is one name for them. Their story begins 55 billion years from now, after our own universe has long been extinguished by time. Their true name is the Shatagra, highly evolved creatures of immense power. Chaos is their creed, and for centuries they have waged a brutal war against the Vire, a race of equally powerful beings whose belief system centers on the order of the cosmos. On the verge of losing the war, the Vire make a last-ditch effort to rid themselves of the Shatagra forever. They send the Shatagra back in time, across the fabric of space, trapping them in our universe. They also send back Mystech to help the unsuspecting inhabitants of the universe they foisted their enemy upon.
Which didn't become active until Sunder exploded.
Yes, Mystech is very powerful, something a developing universe might abuse. The Vire made sure Mystech would only activate if the fabric of the universe was tampered with. It was.
But that's the part I don't understand. Who destroyed Sunder? I thought we were trying to stop these Shatagra from escaping our universe. But didn't they destroy Sunder? Haven't the Shatagra already escaped?
No, it is the Dark Servants who are responsible for the destruction of Sunder. They found a way into the previous universe and have begun the process of destroying our own while they wait for their masters.
Are we too late?
Our story is far from over. The Shatagra have yet to be released. Our victory today has brought us enough time to stop them. There is a strange, shifting world in the center of our galaxy.
Anachronox.
Yes. You must go there and aid Rowita Helicon, a fellow member of the Vigil who has been on a lifelong search for the Echo Gate. He owns a drinking establishment in South Anachronox.
You're so talking to the right guy. I'll find your man, Daisy, and I'll find the Echo Gate.
You must. The agents of Chaos will soon regroup and attempt another invasion. And when they do...
Relax, Butch. I got it covered.
So it's back to where it all began. To find this Echo Gate from an all-too-familiar location. Blasting back to Anachronox, Boots makes his way to Rowdy's bar for yet another mind-bending revelation.
Rowita Helicon.
Holy shit. Lock the doors.
No thanks, Mac. I'm off the sauce.
This isn't for you. Rowita Helicon. You know how long I've waited for the man unlucky enough to know that name? Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't expecting you. My name is Rowita Helicon, Tyrannus Squarenthecalicus. For 50 years I've searched the galaxy for the Echo Gate. Dozens of planets and hundreds of dead ends later, I found the gate, here, on Anachronox. This bar became my base of operations. This mask my protection against an enemy who knew all too well the face of the Vigil.
Why didn't you ever let me in on this?
I did. But you were drunk and threw up before I could finish telling you. And when I asked you to find the key to the Echo Gate last month, you turned me down.
Okay, so let's start over. I'll take the case.
Good.
You won't have to look far. It turns out the key has been right under my nose this entire time. In the Mistech tunnels.
The tunnels? But we were there already. We didn't find a damn thing.
What the hell is that?
Except for that stone.
Thanks much, Sylvester. Whatever this is will look swank in my collection.
Deda's got the keystone. And I gave it to him.
So take it back.
How? Deda controls the city. I need an army.
The 7 of you equipped with Mistech are all the army you need.
But it's Deda. I never asked for this. How am I supposed to save the universe? I'm me.
I'm just going to stop right here. I just want to say that I feel like that is one of the most well-delivered and underrated lines in video game history.
I see. What I'm about to tell you is very important, so listen closely. Yes, Deda has grown in power. Yes, he is responsible for your hard times. But at the end of the day, he is still the desperate little street hustler you used to pick fights with in the bricks. You must get the keystone, Boots. It must be destroyed.
Boots' old enemy and professional greaseball Deda not only snagged himself a nice piece for his mantle when he muscled us out of our Mistech earlier, but ended up stealing the key to the Echo Gate, with the stage set for some oh-so-sweet revenge. At the same time as stopping a universal catastrophe, the group meet up outside Deda's fortress to put together a plan to get back the precious stone.
All right, girls. 2 teams of 3. I'll lead one. Stiletto will lead the other.
Why her?
It's personal.
We're both settling old scores here tonight.
What about me, Mr. Boots?
I need you for a special mission, pal. You gotta break into their security center and access the system. Think you're up to it?
Hell yeah!
Then let's put this baby to bed, folks.
Sly?
Yeah?
I'm proud of you. I know you can do this. I'd give you a hug if I could.
Thanks.
Don't look now, woman scorned.
I get to kill him. Understand?
We're here for the stone. Who says we're gonna kill him?
I do. If I kill him, our lives can go on. Both of ours.
Good luck.
Blasting through the fortress, taking out Deda's hoodlums, while investigating some incredibly important security controls, Pal stumbles across a disturbing lab containing what looks like a facility to manufacture super soldiers. Looks like Deda has some far more insidious plans than we first thought. Super soldiers or not, the squad close in on the core of the fortress for a final showdown with the bloated bastard.
Welcome. Hello, loser. You missed our dinner date. I'll deal with you in a moment. Sarah. Oh, don't you look radiant? I was afraid I'd left scars. I'm glad you're dressing like the tramp I always knew you were inside. Where's the secretary? Cute. I can see why you wanted to keep her around. She worth the price?
Every penny.
What are you talking about?
You like my new digs? I heard you trashed your ride and sold the agency. Hard time, Sylvester?
Something like that.
But not fun, is it? Living on the cheap. How much money do you need?
As much as I can get.
I think we can work something out, but understand one thing. I own you. That's right, sweetie. I'm your benefactor. You owe your digitization, your existence, to me.
She doesn't care, Detta. We're here for the stone.
I'm not giving it to you.
Then we're taking it.
You're welcome to try.
Crippling Detta's Gundam from Wish.com, the final face-off awaits, with Detta barely able to keep hold of his hair.
Revolution, Sylvester. Anyone can go from a nobody to a somebody with the right slag of mistech. This isn't about our little street feud anymore. It's about our future.
Future, huh? You want to know the difference between you and the you 5 minutes ago? The you 5 minutes ago had 5 minutes to live.
Final blow.
Feel better?
Do you?
You did the right thing. Grab the stone and let's have a party. You've just saved the universe, kiddo.
With only one final task remaining, the group make their way to the Echo Gate that has been under their nose the entire time.
This what you're looking for?
There's one last thing we have to do before this story can draw to a close. We must destroy the Keystone. Only residual cross-dimensional energy from the Echo Gate can melt it down.
Okay, so where's the Echo Gate? I should have known. The fountain.
It's currently in its closed state. We're going to make sure it stays that way. Someone must take the Keystone, walk across the catwalk, and drop it into the fountain.
How about Grumpos? You found it. You throw it in.
I ain't touching that thing, coward.
Wuss.
Give me that.
I've been waiting 60 years for this. Don't mess up.
And don't look down. I get all his mistake if he falls in.
Well, here goes.
No.
What are you doing?
What must be done?
Damn it, Grumpos, good lord! You're gonna break the alarm! The true final fight is revealed after this epic betrayal, as our gang battles the Agent of Chaos, using every ounce of their skills learned to push back and destroy this evil, to secure the safety of the universe. With the final battle over, we rejoin Boots, heading out on his next adventure, seemingly after his 19th can of Monster Energy.
You're crazy. I can't believe you're going after those things. I'm serious, Boots. I can't let you do this.
Weren't you the one telling me to get off my butt just a few weeks ago?
There's a difference between getting a job and throwing away your life.
I've never felt this strongly about anything. I have to do this.
What makes you think you can save the universe when you couldn't even save me?
I'm sorry.
You all set?
Don't worry. I'll make things good. Ready to hit the road, partner?
You betcha, Mr. Boots. Sly.
We all decided we want to be there when you get yourself killed.
Then let's do it. Let's get some breakfast.
And that, my friends, is Anachronox. You may think me an old sentimental fool, but I can't help but feel like the tale this RPG tells is truly special. The passion put into this adventure can be felt with every inch of its world, and it's no wonder that the team that crafted it still meet up decades after its release. A release that tragically, due to its failure, took away any chance of the game's story being continued, but one I wanted to share with you all, and one that I'm sure I will never forget. As always, I'm super interested to know what you thought of this hilarious hidden gem. Huge thank you to my patrons as always, for helping me keeping the content coming, wherein lies a whole bunch of extra videos and perks for anyone interested. The Patreon link is down in the description, and if you're looking for another side-splitting adventure to dive into, check out a whole playlist of them coming up now. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next one.